Hey, do you want to go to the beach today?
Sure, which one were you planning on going to?
Probably Hobos. What should we bring?
Well, we need a few bags of potato chips, a couple of drinks like beer and water bottles.
Okay, we're gonna have to stop and buy a bag of ice and a foam cooler.
Then I think we're all set to go.
Jadzia and Ariana arrived to the beach.
Wow, this beach is really packed. And look at the trash cans, they're overflowing with garbage.
The garbage department sure isn't doing their job at all.
Yeah, that can't be sanitary.
After swimming for a couple hours, Jadzia and Ariana decide to have a snack and some drinks before leaving the beach.
Man, those chips really hit the spot.
Yeah, they sure did. I finished mine already. Now, where am I supposed to throw my stuff out?
Well, the only trash can is all the way down the beach, and it's full, so it won't even make a difference if you throw it out there or on the sand.
We should have brought a garbage bag to put all of our stuff in and take it with us when we leave.
We should really report this to someone.
Why don't we take matters into our own hands? We are the Make a Difference initiative. We are 3 students, Joel, Jadzia, and me, Ariana, who attend the University of Puerto Rico in Mayagüez. This initiative was created because of the issues causing contamination on the beaches on the island. Other issues that contribute to furthering the damage are water pollution and imbalance of the ecosystem. To prevent further damage, we would like to create awareness and solutions for the people to follow. These instructions will function as a recommendation for the public in order to create consciousness of taking better care of their surroundings. These instructions are not only for the people who attend beaches, but for the corporations that contribute to the pollution on the beaches. Our initiative is focused on the damage found on Jobos Bay Beach in Isabela, Puerto Rico. The reason why we chose to focus on this beach is because it is always filled with people and it's very well known. Besides the fact that it is always packed, when visiting this beach, we noticed lack of maintenance and garbage everywhere. This then gave us the motivation needed to get together to help the cause. This presentation will go through the background information, the 3 main causes, which are the need of recycling programs, not enough trash cans, dumping waste in public beaches, followed by 3 effects, problems to the environment, and solutions to resolve the problem. Then there will be a conclusion that will overview everything touched upon. If you would like to contact us, that will be given at the end, so stay tuned.
While researching the causes of water pollution, beach contamination, and impact on the ecosystem, the information collected demonstrated that one of the main reasons for this problem is disposal of human waste and construction sites near beaches, as said in the article, La contaminación de las playas. This article also says that many bodies of water are being polluted because of us, whether with intention, overlooking it, or disregarding it. For residues of fertilizers, paint, trash, spilled septic tanks, sewage treatment plants, and sewage waste are all examples of how humans contribute to the pollution. Lately, there have been an increase on the construction near coast. These buildings are so close to the ocean that their waste falls on the beaches and causes further damage. Not to mention the impact of this construction on coastal ecosystems such as reef. All these factors make the usual visit to the beach a risk because we are exposed to viruses, bacteria, and parasites that affect both us and the marine animals. Global warming, the most ignored environmental crisis, is related to pollution on the beaches because soon there will be sand and coast will be underwater. Natural process, combined with poor planning, make excessive rainfall from hurricanes and storms. These natural disasters drag everything into the sea as rain sewers overflow. Due to this, it is not safe to go to some beaches anymore because of the contamination that has been caused. The beach in which this research is focused on is Jobos Bay in Isabela, Puerto Rico. The result today is a landfill crisis, a heritage of toxic dumps, and an advancing tide of pollution. Rivers and reservoirs are affected, long thought to naturally protected, show evidence of increasing contamination. Public awareness and intersectoral political leadership are urgently needed versus the trend towards environmental deterioration. Overviewing these topics discuss one of the main reasons for the damage caused to the beaches are human actions, some of which are the construction sites located near of the beaches and the waste left in different sites around the island. Newton's third law states that for every action there is an equal reaction. This does not only apply to physics, but with our daily actions. If you do not clean your room for a week and just keep making more messes, your room is going to clean itself up. You have to take initiative and clean it. This relates to the causes that lead to the beaches being unsanitary. The first cause is how there are a lack of recycling programs. If people bring things to drink and other recyclable items but don't have anywhere to get rid of them, they are more likely to leave it on the beach instead of bringing along a bag and gathering all their trash and taking it with them when they leave. Not only are there no recycling programs, but there is also a lack of trash cans on the beach. Beaches are at least around 4 miles long, and for that whole length, there will be one or two trash cans. That is not even close to being enough for the average amount of people that will be within those 4 miles. And as stated before, will cause to the people to litter over the beach. Now, even those trash cans that are on the beach aren't picked up frequently, which will lead to an overflow of garbage. So, with or without those trash cans, it wouldn't make a difference if the garbage isn't being collected. In the pictures, you can see the amount of people that visit Hobos every weekend. But the problem is that there are not enough trash cans for everyone. The arrow points to the only trash cans on the whole beach, which is not even shown in the picture. This picture shows only a fourth of the entire beach. This causes further damage to the ecosystem and the ocean. Another contributor are the big corporations that have been breaking the law of natural resources for many years by dumping their residual waste into the beach that are frequently visited by people. This contamination leads to beaches being closed to the public due to water pollution and bacteria. If those corporations will take the correct course of action on how to dispose of their industrial waste that is hazardous and toxic to the environment, then people will not have to be cautious of what beaches they can or cannot attend.
After a long weekend of reckless teenagers and irresponsible parents, many beaches in Puerto Rico may look like dumpsters. The majority of the trash that is left is composed of junk food bags, beer cans, disposable coolers, plastic six-pack holders, bottle caps, glass bottles, paper plates, plastic cups and bottles, Pampers, car tires, and much more. Due to the fact that the public beaches do not have enough trash cans and there are no recycling programs available to recycle plastic, aluminum, cardboard, and glass, many beaches in Puerto Rico are currently contaminated. This prevents others from enjoying the natural beauty of the coast of the island. But, most importantly, it affects the ecosystem in such area. The effects of leaving trash on the coast brings dramatic results to the ecosystem living on that beach, such as plastic bags that are left in the sand can be dragged into the ocean by high tides and can end up damaging or killing fish. If fish were killed, then a major food resource would be taken out. Seeming as quite a few animals depend on fish, then most of them would have to find a different food source or starve to death. This is assuming that by fish, we are referring to only fish, not all marine life in general. This would also take out a tier in the marine ecological food pyramid, thus making the animals adapt and eat others instead of what they would normally eat, which could also lead to the extinction of other species. According to an article by the website Green Facts named Fish Consumption in 2008, globally, fish provides more than 1.5 billion people with almost 20% of their average per capita intake of animal protein, and nearly 3 billion people with 15% of such protein, meaning that if pollution continues, the aquatic ecosystem will be affected, causing 4.5 billion people's intake of animal protein to be harmed. Many big corporations have hazardous waste that cannot be disposed at regular dumpsters, so they just dispose their waste into the deep ocean, where no human being can be harmed. This is what their main idea is, but the truth leads to the waste that is disposed is washed up all the way to many coastlines that people go swimming in with their families to enjoy an afternoon. Information providing that there are corporations dumping dangerous waste where they see fit is brought up by Dr. M on the website Deep Sea News in his article from April 7, 2008, titled Dumping Pharmaceutical Waste in the Deep Sea. This article reveals that in January of 1972, the Environmental Protection Agency established an industrial waste ocean dump site off Puerto Rico, named Puerto Rico Dump Site, with initials PRD. PRD exists above the Puerto Rico Trench, 6,000 meters of water, 42 miles north of Arecibo, Puerto Rico. Merck Sharp and Dome Química de Puerto Rico Incorporation, both located on the island, pushed for the establishment of the dump site. In 1978, 7 industries continued to PRD, including Bristol Alpha, Merck Sharp, and Dome Química, Pfizer, Schering, Cyanamid Agricultural, Upjohn Manufacturing, and Squibb Manufacturing. Prior to 1978, Abbott, Olthans, and Oxochem also dumped at PRD. During 1973 to 1978, over 387,000 metric tons of waste were dumped at PRD. Two barges, Liquid Waste 1 and Whitewater 2, were employed to discharge the waste below water level. The barges left Arecibo daily. Barges were dumped supposed to be towed beyond the Outer Continental Shelf (OCS) at a distance 40 miles from shore at the PRD. But several residents and fishermen stated, "We know because of the time they spend at sea and our observation of the fish catch that they have been dumping their chemicals as soon as they leave the port." The material dumped was comprised mainly of a non-aqueous solution of the waste comprised of volatile organics, 70% which were butanol and dimethyl-aniline. Other dumped waste included benzene, toluene, and various other hydrocarbons, halocarbons, alcohols, esters, ketones, and nitrogen compounds. Some of these compounds are quite nasty. Corporations like these ones mentioned in this article are only a few who have been proven to be dumping waste close to the shores. So one could only imagine what other corporations, pharmaceutical or non-pharmaceutical, have been doing the same around the island. Now that all of the problems have been discussed, it is time to go over how we can resolve the issue at hand. First, starting with creating a recycling program specifically designed for the beaches. That way, it is guaranteed that the beaches will be maintained clean and more organized. In order for this recycling program to be effective, there should be a program design created. This program design will consist of the locations in which the recycling programs will be used, the types of materials and containers that will be collected, how those materials will be collected, where those materials will be transported to for disposal, and how the program will be promoted in order for people to use it and for it to be efficient. Not only is a recycling program needed, but the lack of trash cans on the beaches needs to be fixed. This means that if each is 4 miles, that there isn't only one garbage can for the entire beach. The trash cans to square mile ratio needs to be proportional. The Autoridad de Desperdicios Sólidos of Puerto Rico need to make collecting trash from public beaches a priority. This way, there will not be an overflow of pollution lying on the beach for long periods of time. If there are going to be rules and instructions for the people who attend the beaches, then there needs to be a law or restriction made for the corporations that contribute to the contamination and water pollution. The restriction should state that the corporations are not allowed to dump their waste within a certain amount of distance of the beach. That way, it will not travel into the ocean or near the people. Not only do the corporation dumping their waste need a law, but also the construction companies should be restricted as to how close they are able to build homes, hotels, resorts, and other buildings to the shore. And if those regulations are violated, there needs to be a big enough consequence. In other words, a large fee for them to realize that what they are doing is wrong and be motivated to not do it again. Just like we have police officers patrolling the streets at night, we need a waste control crew that can make sure that the people are following the rules. Just like police officers give tickets to those who are speeding for their safety, the waste control crew would give tickets to those who litter for the safety of the ecosystem and the rest of the community. Naturally, none of this can be accomplished if the public continues to disrespect the rules and not have a conscience about the consequences that happen when they leave their trash lying around in the beach. They have to be informed that the actions that they are doing affect the ecosystem around them. So that way, they have a motivation to follow the rules and maintain the natural state of Mother Nature.
Looking back at all the concepts and topics discussed in this PowerPoint, the first objective was the main idea of Make a Difference initiative. The main idea of Make a Difference initiative is to create awareness and solutions to minimize the contamination on the beaches. The root of the problem was established, which was the need of recycling programs, not having enough trash cans per square mile on the beaches, and big corporation dumping waste in public beaches. Then we discussed how those issues, in other words, causes, will then affect the environment. It will cause beach contamination, making it unsafe for people to go swimming in the ocean. Water pollution will also be a result affecting the marine life. And lastly, there will then be an imbalance of the ecosystem. But we couldn't only solve a problem without a solution, so multiple solutions were given for people to work on. These solutions included a recycling program, adding more garbage cans on the beaches, patrolling the beaches, and creating regulations and consequences to the corporations and construction companies. To achieve the solution, the whole community has to cooperate with the different departments that take care of all the natural sites around Puerto Rico. If you would like to contribute to our initiative, you can visit our website at stopbeachcontamination.weebly.com or even write to any of our emails listed below. We hope that this presentation has been beneficial and planted a seed in you to want to help the cause. These are the sites in which we got our information from. Thank you.